Hello everyone and welcome to another FX Centrum daily market analysis. So for today I will go through our cross asset list. I will cover coffee market, WTI, US 100, USD yen, pound dollar, euro dollar, dollar index, Bitcoin, gold market and aluminium. Of course I will do so by using our FX Centrum platform. And let's begin with the coffee market. So what we have here is a daily time frame. And we can see that we had a down day yesterday, which was pretty normal to expect. We had a rate of change flip to the downside. We have quite a decent spread between the fast and slow line and stochastic oscillator, and naturally market did a pullback after the couple of days of a rally, let's say. We still didn't test upper Bollinger Band and the swing highs around 228.50. But let's take a look at the hourly time frame. There was one attempt for market to break the structure to the downside, and we traded below the lower Bollinger Band on the hourly time frame. But as soon as the very next candle, we had rejection and the return to the mean on the hourly time frame. So, from my perspective, as long the market is holding above the 213 mark, there is still chance for higher prices. For example, for the market to retest 222.92 or even to retest that daily upper Bollinger Band at 228.45. But in the case of the downside move below 213 and hold below, there will be a 207.50 level to observe. That's like a middle Bollinger Band. And of course, if there will be some meaningful downside movement, then we will have potential to test some swing lows around, let's say, 199 mark. Now on the WTI, we had rejection of the middle Bollinger Band. We still have a fresh bear cross on stochastic. Now we have a rate of change flip to the upside, but the rejection yesterday was quite a important reference point. So as you can see, market is just around the support at 76.70 mark. So if the market trade below and hold below this level, we have potential for the further drop. And we have levels here, 72.10 and 70 mark, like a short-term downside objectives. Let's take a look at the hourly time frame. As you can see, market is breaking lower Bollinger Band on the hourly, have natural pullbacks. This was a more like a bigger reaction, but still found sellers around the upper Bollinger Band on the hourly. So this is still pretty constructive for the further downside movement. So pay attention to this 76.70 mark, a potential for the downside continuation on the WTI. On the US 100, this is something that I learned about. So there was in the last, I will say, week or so, we were building like a bear divergence on the rate of change. Market and stochastic was in a pretty much extended overbought environment. And this was yesterday, the reaction can be the beginning of the downside movement on the basically this indices. So we can see here in the US 100, there was a basically outside candle close near the low market. We almost had a test of the upper Bollinger Band, but we even did a test of the upper Bollinger Band. So this is the one prolonged extended swing that is lasting already for a couple of weeks. But from my perspective, this upside swing maybe, and from my perspective, is probably over at this point, at least short term. You can see the hourly, we finally had a shift. So we had multiple attempts in the last couple of days to break and hold below the lower Bollinger Band, but it didn't happen. And this time, markets traded very aggressive from upper to lower Bollinger Band, close below lower Bollinger Band, and just a natural reaction. So there is still plenty of potential for the market to trade lower. And this seems like that the market is ready, at least short term, to have at least a pullback, if not some meaningful downside swing on the daily time frame. So now, middle Bollinger Band on the daily time frame so far is at 18,330. This is also the swing low and the area of the previous swing high for the background. So this is a quite important level to watch, and I see potential for the downside movement towards this level at least. We have a fresh bear cross from the overbought environment and the rate of change divergence. So seems like a nice setup for the further downside movement. US 30 is just a weaker version of US 100. Why weaker? Because US 100 actually traded and closed below middle Bollinger Band. We already have a quite aggressive downside move on the fast line of stochastic. We also had like bear divergences in the rate of change and hold this upside swing. And this is the result. The sell-off is a result of this weak demand in the last 10 days or so. And the close on the low, we close below the middle Bollinger Band. So the next, I would say the next levels to watch, I'll delete those lines. Next levels to watch is, I'll say 38,000, I will say 38,600 and let's say 38,400 mark. We do have this rate of change flip, but still based on the momentum and what we have from yesterday, this seems like a very much that sellers are in control. Break and hold, break a natural pullback, bear flag, a resell, and now a hold. So this is a pretty good structure and confirmative for the further downside movement. We have our USDN is finally breaking, holding above the 156.74. We still have the gap between fast and slow line, but still we don't have any aggressive reaction from sellers. You can see that buyers are holding very well in this whole upside cycle, so it's pretty much buyers in control. The next upside station, we have an upper Bollinger Band and the area around the swing high, so 157.90, 158, and then the pin bar high, of course, at 160.25. So next market is pound dollar. So what we had here is a downside movement, close near the low. We have a fresh bear cross and stochastic from the overbought environment or extended environment, and we're breaking this mini consolidation. So there is a chance for the market to trade towards the middle Bollinger Band, 1.2610. You can see here that we broke this and absorbed this buying climax. So here, this is potentially, market held below the lower Bollinger Band. Now it's doing some natural reaction of the lower Bollinger Band, but so far looks still pretty constructive, and I see potential for the further downside movement in the pound dollar. Euro dollar is pretty much, we are just around the middle Bollinger Band. We spoke about this potential, and here we are. So let's just now here we can see we're already building like quite a big gap between fast and slow line, and we are just around the middle Bollinger Band. So this will be critical to observe. Can we break this 1.0800 and hold below, or we have potential reaction day, just maybe some consolidation day around this middle Bollinger Band. The eventual break and hold below 1.0800 will, it can be a good sign for a further drop. And the next levels to watch from my perspective, 1.0740. And we have a lower Bollinger Band at 1.0, I will say 690 mark. And dollar index, so there we are, here we are just around the middle Bollinger Band. So this was a first upside objective. We spoke about this potential rally in the dollar index, and here we are in the middle Bollinger Band. So see, similar thing, just basically an inverted 105, I'd say 105.10 is a critical pivot. If we can hold on the market, we can see that we are just starting, that the fast line is starting, and have a fresh bull cross. There is no significant gap between the fast and slow line. But this middle Bollinger Band is, we need to respect that. So 105.10, if market can hold and close above, the next upside station from my perspective is around 105.60, and then we have upper Bollinger Band 106 mark. Let's take a look at the hourly time frame. You can see how well this lower Bollinger Band held and on the hourly time frame, and this is a very good sign that we basically shifted trend regime from bearish to bullish, and now we can, we're just having potential pullback on the hourly time frame, but still there is a chance for higher prices, and pay attention for the further dollar strength. On the Bitcoin, this was something that we spoke about yesterday. So market is approaching, and there was a rejection of the upper Bollinger Band and resistance cluster around 72,000. This is something that I learned about. So there was a break and hold, so shift in the trend environment from bullish to bearish. I can see how that shift is happening. There was a close below the lower Bollinger Band, and then market held, and upper Bollinger Band held, which is very important. Then another mini break, and then another hold, and then the sell-off yesterday, and another just natural reaction, now resell again. So this is a pretty constructive for the downside movement. And as we said, yesterday. The middle Bollinger Band around 65,000 is, let's say, the first objective, short term. And then, of course, if there will be some bigger sell-off or a bigger downside moment, we might see even 62, 61,000 mark to be on the test. We have a fresh bear cross on stochastic. Slow line is just starting, just flat at this point. It still didn't turn down. The fast line is trading downside. We don't have a significant gap between fast and slow line. So this looks pretty promising for the downside movement. And what a sell-off on the goal. I spoke about this, bear divergences and this rally into the new all-time high from a couple of days ago. Naturally, we saw the projection of the all-time high, very weak close, or just around the 2 standard deviation or this upper Bollinger Band here. No follow through, and this is where on the hourly we had a shift in the trend environment. Basically, we had a shift from my perspective here and then another confirmation here. But here we had a shift because there was a sell-off reaction and new low. So that was a good sign. This was our trade idea for this week, basically around 24.10 mark. And you can see price is trading almost, we are basically 110 pips, $110 lower. So we basically reached our major downside objective, which is more than 3 times of the initial risk for the trade idea that we have posted this week. So another phenomenal trade idea. Again, if you want to be alert about new trade ideas, and so we have, of course, our website, fxcentrum.com, and you can see FXCTV at this point. Of course, you can subscribe on our YouTube channel. You can watch at this point. And we offer plenty of benefits. So if you join and become our member, so we have 100% deposit bonus, which is quite a big boost, pretty big boost for your account. We have you can get access to our video webinar. So you just need to put your full name, basically country, phone, and email, and you'll be able to watch that webinar. And you can literally open an account in just a couple of minutes. So create their demo account, $10,000 a live account, and of course you'll be able to use then our FX Centrum platform. So that will be all for this FX Centrum daily market analysis. Again, stay tuned for more videos, for more updates, and very soon we will have also webinars that you can join live, ask questions, and so on and so forth. But more about that you will see, and then we will alert you about. So have a good trading day, have a good weekend, and speak to you from next week.